Hi everyone, welcome to the Morning Melee podcast, the show where we talk about what Melee means to all of us and explore stories, experiences, and just our love for the game. Today's guest is someone massively inspiring to me that is always stuck around in my head just as a combo master, one of the most creative people I know, in Melee. So let's give a warm welcome to PGH Carroll. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
Hello, I am great. I tell you what, it was pretty challenging to get this drunk in the morning, but I did it.
Oh,
Just
God.
kidding. I'm still drunk from last night. But
All right.
yeah, awesome to be a part of the maiden voyage. You are gonna regret this, I bet.
Yeah, from minute one, regretting the show.
Absolutely. But man, I love the concept. I love Melee. God, like 15 years later, it's what's this game that came out recently that everyone's playing, like the new Dark Souls or whatever?
Yeah, I don't even know what it's called. I don't play that
Me,
many games,
me,
dude.
me neither. I'm in a Discord chat with all my friends, and they're all like 7 of them are playing that, and I'm just like, God, Falcos are getting more annoying every day. I'm just like talking out loud.
You're still
I'm
daydreaming
still
about
playing.
Falco
I,
lasers.
I'm still just playing Smash while they're playing whatever
Yeah.
Elden Scrolls or I don't know.
Here we
But
here we are, 20 years later or something. 22. Can you
yeah, that's
believe,
right.
as someone who played Melee for 15 years, can you believe I was born, I don't know the exact date, but the year, like a little bit after Melee came out? Like a
You were
month or so.
you were born in 2001,
Yeah,
like December of 2001.
September, but just so close
September,
to,
like
yeah,
a month before. Yeah,
that's
no,
crazy.
that is crazy.
The generations of players are just absurd.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's awesome. That the Smash has always been super funny to me because it's when I explain Smash to people, it's like they're like, "Oh yeah, so you play Ultimate?" I'm like, "No, there's 2 camps. You play the newest game out, or you play Melee." And then a couple people play like 64 and PM, but
yeah,
that's like the 2 biggest camps, and nobody plays Brawl and nobody plays Smash 4. You either play the newest game or Melee, and
little
then
corners.
when there is a new Smash game after Ultimate, they might pack up Ultimate. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the way it goes. But
Maybe.
like Melee's always been so fun and like still fresh and new after so many years. I mean, everybody sings its praises, but
Yeah.
it's
So when I
there are still
was,
people pushing it.
oh,
You, me,
we
the
don't
people.
stop.
Yeah, it's
No, we don't
yeah,
stop ever.
yeah.
Um, so when I was first getting into it, this was about 2015, I want to say, maybe 2016, but I'll always remember one of the things that got me the most excited and inspired was no L's is an art. I'm sure a lot of people say that, but that combo video is freaking legendary, and it was just one of the things. Me and my friends would watch it over and over. Me and Josh, me and my brother, and I was curious, how long did that take you? Do you have like some of those clips, were they from way back, or was it just like a year, or had you just been saving them up forever?
Yeah, that's I'm one of the last people who will hold on to clips for literal years until I put it together and I have enough to put it together in a way that I like. Because nowadays it's literally the second you do something, it's on like Twitter 30
Yeah,
seconds later, you know what I mean? And it blows up and you know, part of me like feels the type of way about that too, because it's my biggest pet peeve is reusing clips. Like someone will post it
I
by itself, and then they'll post it
yeah
as a part of a little montage, and then they'll just post it again as
I
a part of something else, and it's just like I've seen this already, but like maybe I don't know. There's so much Melee going around, we forget. But like I make it very like a point of my stuff to like when I post it, that is me publishing it and that it's there
yeah
forever and I'm never going to reuse it. Because I want every time that you watch something that I do for it to be the first time you're seeing it.
yeah
Uh, and that's kind of a dead like art form.
almost
I'm
yeah. I think
I'm
some people still like that, but it keeps it fresh.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um,
And I kind of I feel like the next video, the one that I'm working on now that I've been saving clips for since
oh God.
the end of Had to Gamble. That's probably going to be the last one that I do in the same fashion where it's
Mm,
I just sit on clips forever and
yeah.
ever and ever, and then 3 years later you finally see it. Just rolling with the times.
Yes, and
But
I've literally I've been dealing with that right now. Like cuz I understand where you're coming from. You definitely want to like make it the first thing or first time people see it. You don't want to reuse. I have the same thing where I don't enjoy seeing those things in so many projects. The thing I've seen the most is someone will release it just like on Twitter, then their own combo video, then send it to other people for like group montages and stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
people
the
do
part
that.
that I'm like, well, I've seen this before, like it's
Yeah.
amazing. The clip could be 12 out of 10 and I'll still be like, but it's like not in your thing. Um but
Yeah,
yeah, and
it's just you want people to like be engaged by it, and it's always fresh. You know what I mean?
mhm,
When you see it, when I post it, the first time you ever see
yeah.
it, you know?
And I understand where the other people come from though when they post it on Twitter because it's so exciting. You hit something you've never done, no one's seen, and you're like, I have to show people this. I like, and I do that too. I'm guilty of posting on Twitter and then it being in my video. But
Yeah.
it's just because I get so excited I can hardly stand it. I can't hold on. Nick, I don't
Oh
have that
man.
ability that you
Yeah.
have.
No.
I'm sure it's hard for you to sit on all of those for so long.
I got some stuff that are literally,
And
yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm
Like
just
I didn't know you were working on something.
I'm
I'm just like,
uh, I'm always working on
yeah,
something.
we always
But
are.
hmm because that's the easy part. I'm just playing and just compiling it. It's in a folder.
Hmm.
And now when I feel like I have enough, I'll put it together. And then, I mean, sometimes I'll think I have enough. I put it all together. I'm like, need to go a little more.
Let's wait
Then I'll
another
come back
year.
to it a couple. Yeah. No, honestly,
Like
yeah.
yeah, and
It,
I've literally been like struggling, like I said though, because I had my series last year, Defining Swag. I was putting out a combo video maybe like once a month at least, maybe more. I had shorter like 1 minute interlude things when I was like, here's a quick batch of cool things I got, and then it stopped and it was over, and I was like, okay, that was a year of my playing, my practicing, my whatever, just like out on YouTube. I was like, what now? And I've been trying so hard to save things, and it's been my last one.
oh,
My last comedy was in January 15th, I think. It's been a little over a month, and I'm antsy. I'm. It's so hard for me to not make things.
it's tough. Well,
Um,
you're a part of the content world,
yeah.
you know. And yeah, with Slippy being able to record all of your like
Hmm.
stuff, like I mean, I used to like back in the day, I had a laptop with a Dazzle, and I recorded all of my like friendlies, all of them.
Oh my
Like when
gosh.
people came over, I just turned it on and played it. And my thing was I would always stop the recording and restart it, so at the end of all of like the clips that it saved, like the long like hours, like
That
at
was the
the
cool
end of
thing you
it,
hit.
yeah, that
You
was the
save it
cool
right there.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was just
That's
a little
helpful. That's a good
like
strat. It's helpful.
Alt F something, and
And they know they're about
okay.
to be. Your friend knows they're about to be put on YouTube because you get up from the
Yeah,
couch and go reset it. They're like,
yeah. It's very funny when we're playing. We're like,
they're like, oh shit.
hold on 1 second.
When I'm playing, I mostly play and voice chat with my brother, with Josh, and he knows when I'm about to clip him and put him on YouTube. He's like, oh, oh god, and he does it back to me too. He'll hit some like horrible
It,
rest that I hated to get hit by. Is so annoying, and he's like, yep, putting that somewhere.
it's really funny the way that like I don't know, like I'll be playing somebody and it'll be like unranked, right? And I'll do something like really cool and like I'll like dash dance with my left hand while I right hand like put in like
I'm,
combination to like save the clip.
yeah, I wonder if
And
anyone knows my tell. Because if I'm
yeah.
clipping someone, I hold ledge and I roll up from ledge because it takes a long time, so I can put my
Oh,
hands on my
oh.
keyboard.
Interesting. That's a whole meta though.
If you're watching my
Yeah,
stream, if I roll up from ledge, you're going on YouTube. Whoever I played. Um,
that's funny.
but yeah, so I rewatched that combo video of yours like in I was kind of like looking for PGH Carroll content, getting ready for this thing. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Maybe there's something I wanted to talk about. I'd remember from your YouTube channel or whatever. I did have to ask, because your combo videos on the PGH Smash, like YouTube, is that run by you? Is it run by like the PGH scene?
It was mine that
Okay.
I, transitioned into the PGA scene, and then the PGA scene became something else, and it's the one that had all the like tournament VODs and all the
Yeah,
subscribers and
and
users. So I like felt like, and like the thing was, it's not like I care about any monetization or anything because I can't, right? I use like
yeah,
copyrighted
and you
music,
use and all the combos, you can't
so it doesn't matter.
get
So
money
I
off it.
figured I'll put it somewhere where the most people could see it, and that's fine. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really care too much. I don't know. Like with other like projects of mine, I like have my own personal YouTube channel, but I don't like do too much with it yet.
Yeah,
Maybe I
you just
will.
want
Maybe I
to
won't.
put
I
it where
don't know.
people see it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
On
absolutely.
the Smash YouTube. But I was looking through that channel and I was like, I was just mind blown because I had never gone. I've seen so many of those videos, but I'd never scrolled through the channel, and I was just going down through it and just seeing all those videos that I would watch over and over right when I got into the game. I was like 15, and I would watch Mewtwo King versus David the Bowser guy. I would watch that one clip of Mewtwo King zero to deathing someone with his Mewtwo on FD. Like I forget who it was, but and then Fight Pit, that tournament series, all those crazy grand finals and all of that. But it's like a legendary channel, honestly. All of my favorite stuff
Yeah.
was from there, and I didn't even know.
The further down you go, the more gems
Yeah,
you find.
the more views,
Before,
the more clicks things have.
uh, we didn't even talk about, and it's a joke between me and KJH at this point too. But like there's like videos on that channel that have like 500,000 views for no reason. It's just me versus KJH. I win, by the way. Spoiler alert. But
Amazing.
yeah, and we just look at it. We're like, why does this have this many views? There's no player cams. It's really just the oldest, just
Worst melee
just
capture.
gameplay. It's in 480 like best, and it has like so many views, and all the comments are, why does this have so many views? And I just say, well, I kind of spanked him, and he just watches it five
Yeah.
times a day, every day.
You can soak in that victory now because everyone knows.
And it's not even the only one. There's like another one of me and KJH, and that one is like creeping up too. That actually, I don't know how YouTube works. I don't know why it has so many views,
Yeah.
but I can tell you that I have seen some dollar bills from that video, and I don't know why. Makes no sense.
I gotta take this opportunity because it's a perfect lead into this. But you were showing me that thing behind you, the dollar bills you had.
Oh yeah. I pulled this out of the out of the garage. This used to be hanging up in the wall. I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera.
Amazing. We were just setting up the podcast and he shows me this thing. It fell off the wall behind him.
This is the money match wall. Back in the day, when I money matched people, I would have a Sharpie, and if I lost, I would sign them a fresh PGH Carroll bill. But if I won, they would sign me one. And there's some like very interesting names on here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see.
I can't read too much, but
There's the Crimson Blur is in there.
nice.
Who else have we got in here? There's a lot of local guys for sure.
Yeah,
Green
Pittsburgh
Ranger,
people. Mm-hmm.
Kage fans,
Nuts.
Insane Carsy guy for those Smash historians. You'll know about Matt Dodzeb.
Yeah.
Bunch of yeah.
That's so cool. I've never seen someone collect things like that. That should be a tradition. I think I'm not one that's huge on money matches, but I think if I ever did, I want to do that. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's I forget where I got it from. I think if I remember correctly, if you know Dreffen's been around forever,
Yeah.
but there was a guy named Waddy who was like his friend and like and also like a really good player for the time, and I think he did that, and that's where I got it. A lot of inspiration from
Yeah.
those like old school guys. But that being said, there's a bunch of cool dollar bills in there. I haven't done it in like 5 or 10 years. It's just been chilling. But
Yeah.
I have signed out some regrettable PGH Carroll bills. I think like, and yeah, people will like post them from time to time when I'm like talking shit.
Yeah,
Ultimate
just
Scout.
post your dollar bill with your name
Ultimate
on it.
Scout has a PGH Carroll
Um,
bill somehow, and he likes to post it every time I, you know, make fun of his bicep or whatever.
um, I was so when I was like just looking through that channel again, I was thinking about how, how long you've been with the game, how long the Pittsburgh scene's been around. It's just crazy to me, I think. And the craziest thing I saw was something like Man on a Ledge. Like you still upload those VODs right from your tournament, or
I
no?
think they do.
They
Yeah,
do,
they
yeah.
do something with it because it's been for the last like year and a half, like
Mhm.
half online, half
Yeah,
like
not really sure.
IRL.
But I
Yeah,
was looking, and the most recent one was like Man on a Ledge 365 or something. And I was like, that's a lot of tournaments.
yeah. No,
That
I
is
think
insane.
they probably had the longest running, like never missing a week, weekly that I can think of. I
That
think
you
it got
know.
all the way up to like 390 before like it was just like a COVID winter where nothing was happening and just
Yeah.
like it was online and nobody entered. I think that's what broke the streak. But then like
Dang.
the next week back there was like 20, 30 people on. So it was like,
Okay,
yeah, whatever.
online, yeah. They
But
they figured it out.
the streak was very important to the people involved.
I
They
see.
cared. Like
Yeah.
even like when it was like held in person and there was like a snowstorm and like the school that we had like CMU didn't like let us have their room or whatever. We'd be like, all right, we got a couple backup venues. The streak continues and people will show up because
They're driving through a blizzard, like getting there.
absolutely.
That's awesome. And is it like, what do you think? Like 30 people, maybe? Like it's a local size, not a huge tournament, but
Yeah, I mean, it varied. I think back in the day, like I think most regions can identify with like the peak of their attendance.
yeah, of a weekly or
With
something.
would be like probably before Slippy, kind of a year or two past like the documentary, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 2015. Things were like at an all-time like high. Like it wouldn't
That
be weird for Man on Ledge to have like 60 to 50 people
Wow,
enter.
that's
You know what
big.
I mean?
Yeah, and that kind of aligns, I think, with my area. I've been in NorCal, the North Bay area, like I don't know how long I lived here, 8 years, 10 years now, and I was getting right into to going to tournaments and stuff in 2016 about, and that's when the scene had kind of like just died down. It was like booming in like 2015 though. I remember, but it kind of had a fall off, and that's like right when I started joining stuff. Um, and now here we
Yeah, no,
are. We got.
it was a crazy time for sure.
Mhm.
Like that explosion. I mean, I remember like the days where like a tournament would be like 20 people, and it would take just as long as if 200 people were there because everyone just wanted to play Melee all day and
Yeah.
just you looked forward to it so much. You did it like once every couple months. But then when it got so many people, like I think after the biggest thing was the Smash documentary and Evo, that was like the biggest spike we've seen. And then it's still even to this like hard to quantify how many people have gotten into it from Slippy, like because we really haven't had like a clear, nice, no protocol COVID
Yeah. It's
like
not.
national
Mhm.
that we're like, oh, okay, 3,000 people that are like entered in the first like 2 days, and you're like, wow, okay. So I think the scene is probably getting back to those numbers, but I'm not sure.
Mhm. But you've seen it through the entire journey.
Oh
Like
yeah, and
it's crazy.
I could reminisce all day. The one thing that I was talking to somebody yesterday about and thinking about now that like Slippy is in, you could just log on and play somebody, and you could play endless amount of people forever. But back in the day, if it was like, a Tuesday, you're only playing if you like how much you put into the game is how much you got out of it. So like if you really wanted to go like grind and play, like you hopped in your car on the bus and went like an hour somewhere and you played for like a couple hours and you came back and it was just all effort based.
Investment.
And
Yes.
the biggest thing I was thinking about is like it used to be so open and like you would get someone who posts in your like region's Facebook group like, hey, I am traveling through your city on my way to this place. Does anywhere have a place I can crash and we can play Melee? And people were
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, someone to play
Like all
Melee
the
with.
time.
Just stay at my house, you murderer.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even like, and like I've definitely done that too. I remember one time I was on vacation in like North Carolina, Virginia, and I got a speeding ticket on the way home. I was flying,
Zooming.
man. Yeah, and like when you're going over 20 miles per hour, the speed limit, it's not just like speeding, it's like reckless driving. So like I had to go back to Virginia to court for it. And I remember I posted up in MDVA. I was like, "Hey, I gotta come back for court because of this ticket I got when I was like speeding through there. Anyone have a couch for me that I could stay at and we could play some Melee?" And I stayed at Siren's house, and that guy was super cool.
New
And
friend, just like that.
we played like I don't know for hours the night I got in, and I literally won one game out of like 300. I like
One of those sessions.
like
Yeah.
yeah, Melee, like it shows you the stars of the games you
Oh
won.
yeah, you'll have.
I had one dude, it's like 150. But it was
Gotta
so
get better
fun.
somehow.
Yeah. But that used to be it back in the day. Now I feel like it would be weird. I feel like no one would extend that.
Yeah.
People probably don't even ask, and then it would be like almost even weirder for somebody to be like to like accept and be like, yeah, just come on over. I don't know.
Times have changed, yeah. And like I haven't experienced like much of that. I've seen a little bit right when I was coming in, but not as much. Definitely not as much as back then.
Yeah.
I was sorry. I was thinking you said something about how you used to do all the money matches. I was just thinking back about that. What is your competitive like level right now? I'm just curious. Are you still interested in competition, or have you moved past that? For myself, I'm interested in tournaments. I don't do online tournaments anymore. I just don't like the feeling. I can't handle it mentally. So I've just made that choice this year to stop. But yeah, where are you at with all of that?
It's like online tournaments to me, I've only entered probably I don't know 6 or 7 online tournaments in the last like 2 years, and most of them have been like mole online,
Yeah, the Pittsburgh.
But like I've never done one of these big tournaments.
The majors online.
A lot of things, and I'll say this, and a lot of people will resonate whether they like to or not. There's definitely like some sort of like older player ego thing where like they don't want to like put their like self out there to like lose to like I mean literally I could log on and lose to like anybody
I know,
nowadays.
and you freaking some random fox. Well,
Right.
I'll be like completely like, having a good time, just destroying everyone, trying to fish for my random combos, and then this untouchable fox I've never heard of just messes me up for an hour, and I walk away just delusional.
It's so funny. I mean, I don't know. It's funny because as far as competition goes, I'll still go to my locals in person when I can. Not that I really care too much about winning or losing. I play a lot of random in tournament when I
Okay,
go.
yeah.
It's really more so about supporting the region. I mean, they're going through the effort to like host something, so I'll
Yeah.
show up and I'll like play.
Being there
Put
for
my-
your community, for your friends,
Yeah,
hanging out.
put my money in the
Yeah.
pot every so often. Maybe at like a bigger monthly, I'll like go Fox or Peach and like I'll try. I usually do pretty well still, but most of the
Yeah.
time I'm just sticking around. I do like doubles a lot.
Okay.
I can't when you're playing doubles, it's you're playing not only for yourself but for your partner too. So if you're not taking it seriously. It's really just like kind of a slap in your face to your partner. So I'm always like
Yeah.
laser focused when I play doubles. I'm like, you know,
And I've
I
heard that from so many people too. I haven't
Mhm.
been much of a doubles connoisseur myself. Maybe
Not
it's
yet.
maybe it's down the road. Maybe it's an older player kind of thing. It's a mature melee thing, but
It is, and
um,
I hate that it's like, you know, you how many summits have we had where they haven't even had like doubles? And
mhm.
like, man, when's the last time you saw like Mango and Lucky Team and just like how
Yeah.
awesome they used
The
to
the
be?
last
There's just
the last thing like that I remember is Pewfat like tearing through everyone. It's beautiful to
too fat.
watch.
Man, I
Um,
am such a fan of Run Riot and Tempo.
I
The
was
stuff that they're
just about
doing.
to say because
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
it's like it's like a freaking renaissance of melee doubles just with that one team. They're like, remember
Oh
when
yeah, I
doubles was
love it.
cool? Let's just be the best doubles team because no one's into it right now.
Mhm.
And it's like
Yeah,
a revival of
I'm
all of that.
I'm very invested in their future. I like watching their doubles, and I
Yeah.
love that they like push for it, and like PewFat still like
Yeah.
pushes for it. I would love to see it get up there, but everyone says that. I mean, you got to do it,
Hmm.
or else it's all
Easy to
just
say,
talk.
but you got to follow through.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. The way to get doubles back on the map is I think the top players gotta get involved and you gotta have like a Mango and a Lucky come back and like show people
Hmm.
like, you know, what they're capable of and have some like established teams like actually battle at these nationals. And then you gotta I think for the most part, the greater realm of Smash players aren't very educated on like what they should be doing. I can't tell how many times I get onto like unranked teams with like just a random
Yeah.
partner and they don't respect my space.
Yeah.
Like
You
I got something going on and they just are like, I'm Falcon, I'll need something, and they just come in and they need
don't,
me, and it's
don't
just
don't call me out right now, dude. I
yeah.
was gonna say like one of the reasons I don't play doubles is I am so shit at it. I'm so bad. It's so much for my brain and like and I've had a few moments where I'm like I understand this. I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm in sync with my partner. Um but like just think like with my playstyle at least how I like to just hang out when I'm playing melee, my movement, my all I do in neutrals hard call outs on double jump and stuff like
Yeah.
and
Well,
I
you're
just kill my teammate and like make things confusing and it sucks.
Well, the biggest thing, like transitioning from like you in singles to you in doubles, is you got to realize like sometimes the play isn't there and you have to wait for it. Like
Yeah.
with Falcon, I'm sure you're always moving, you're always like, you know, inching this way and that way and playing neutral, all that kind of shit. But like sometimes like you literally just got to stand there and wait for something
Hmm.
to like a like there's like three characters near the edge. You kind of just have to wait in the center to wait
Yeah.
what
And
pops
one of
out
them,
and
yeah,
see.
goes over to
And
you.
there, and there's nothing wrong with that. People think that I don't
Yeah.
know that like that feels weird melee to not move.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Doubles teaches patience, I think. And like
Yeah.
I when I watch it I can that's the thing is I like a lot of things like that in melee cuz even though I don't personally play doubles a lot, but when I'm watching like a top 8 doubles or something, I can get so into it and I understand watching it. I maybe not playing it, but I can see all of the things like the patience in shield. They'll hold shield for like 10 full seconds in doubles, the light shield.
What
And
happens?
like
What happens if your shield gets broken? Nothing. Your shield gets
yeah, like
broken. Your partner comes
it's
over
so
and like
weird and you can see all these
yeah,
crazy things and you understand it, but then it's I'm kind of just waiting for it, I guess. I got to play more dubs myself to
yeah. My
understand.
shield breaks all the time.
Yeah. I just
But
saw you
no.
I just saw you post in that Discord of like you just have all this random knowledge, and I'm thinking about shield breaks. Of going up to Dreamland platform, shield breaking, you land up there and Wispy pushes you off. Actually,
Yeah,
again. That's freaking
yeah.
wild.
I've been trying to get a good clip of like that as an edge guard. Hit someone off. Say like it's Ganondorf. He's gonna take
Yeah.
like 3 seconds to like.
Or
So
Samus, yeah.
yeah, Samus, right? And I kind of have in mind that I'm cooking my shield into out, so I'll hit him and I'll like shield for a little bit, and then I'll hit him again and I'll shield for a little bit, and then when I finally hit him off, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, let this thing rip. And then sometimes Wispy doesn't blow, or who knows, and I just
Yeah.
like,
You're just with a broken you're just in your dizzy state on the plat.
hmm
I was thinking about where we relate, and how we play Melee, fish for clips, what we do, and when I'm choosing guests for the show, I've been thinking about that too, what we'll have to talk about and relate with. And I think I really think your labbing is so cool and interesting, because like in watching your combo videos, your things, it looks like you plan most of that. Is that true, or does a lot of it happen in the moment?
Yeah, well, no, a lot more of it happens in the lab than it does
Okay,
in the
yeah,
moment. But like, I have a folder just called like PGH Carroll hyphen ideas,
yeah.
and it's full of shit. And I kind of feel bad, like in our like creative Melee Discord, like sometimes I'll want to like post this idea, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm selfish with it because I know
I
like
know the exact feeling
a
you
better
have.
player will be able to do it before I
Yes.
can. But like,
I
I
hold
don't
back a
know.
lot of my stuff because I'm like, I want to put this in a combo video
I
before
I
all
want to
of
be the
you.
person to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got like tons and tons of ideas, and like sometimes I like forget about. Sometimes I got to go back in the folder and be like, oh yeah, remember. Like the biggest thing with that recently. So Mad Tyro,
Oh my
crazy Luigi
gosh.
player.
Dude.
He's like 12 years old. Like he's
Maybe
like
not 12, but he's a younger player, yeah.
whatever. Yeah, he's still in middle school or something. I don't know. But we were talking about like setting up self ing or
Invisible
ICG
ceiling,
where
yeah.
where like you'll hit someone's shield with a smash attack and you'll slide backwards, and if you just jump far left that whole time you're in ICG, and you just bait somebody to like kill you, but they
Oh
can't.
yeah, and
Uh,
he was trying to bait Falco to go off
and
stage and
yeah,
down
and I
there.
posted that day, but then he got it before I did, and I'm like, ah, you little bastard. But
Yeah,
I mean, of course. But
exactly.
like, yeah, I'm always blabbing some weird stuff like that.
And I think it's so important to spend that time in the lab. I think that's what keeps Melee moving. And there's so many different ways to do it. Of course, there's literal strategies, neutral labbing, how to deal with Falco lasers, all this stuff, and you see people pushing that competitive side of it. But I think where you and I kind of like just hang out is like, what if I
Knuckle
could hit
punch,
that?
where we're
and
setting the DI to very super
yes,
specific
very specific
angles.
stuff that's never gonna happen. I'm like, I wonder if I could link a Falcon neutral air into strong up smash. I just try it for a while. Like, yeah, it's just so fun. And then one of those things actually happens, and you're like, you know what? I'm not even that surprised. I practiced this.
Yeah,
Um,
no surprise to me.
yeah, but I've definitely struggled with the posting of things. And I recently started
Yeah.
doing on YouTube, I have this little thing called Combo Lab, which is exactly what we're talking about, where I'm in the lab doing a bunch of different setups. Maybe people haven't seen a lot of it before. Using my random movement knowledge to try to make new stuff. And I haven't wanted to post them for a while because I was like having that feeling, selfish. I want to do it. It's got to be me. But at the same time, I gotta kind of just accept, other people have got to do cool stuff too. It's okay. They can see this idea and maybe try it. That's great if you want to share all the ideas and stuff. And then also, a little voice in the back of my head's like, "Yeah, this shit's so hard. I'm the only one who can do this." You gotta convince
Right.
yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, so I think once I'm done with the video, once I like see if I can get all these ideas to transition
This
into
one you're
actual
making right
things,
now,
maybe
or
I'll make so whatever's left over, like if I never get like a good clip of like the wispy shield break thing or like I don't know, a bunch of other ideas I
yeah,
have, I'll just post it. I'll be like,
put
all
it out
right,
there.
here's some shit I've been cooking up that I haven't gotten to work. Because
Yeah.
that's the big thing too. I like back in the Anthers day, it used to be like it used to be easy to like see like what character someone plays. Like I was like, oh, someone that plays Luigi is
There's,
looking for friendlies. Thank God, because I got this idea. And now with Unranked, it's just like random,
yeah.
people.
I remember kind of on Anthers. It depends how it felt that day. I was a little more try hard online back then. I'd be like, wanting to get my rank higher or whatever. But it was also easy when I was just having fun to be like, ooh, there's a silver Falco player. I'm just gonna combo the hell out of them for an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
But yeah, it's you can't choose anymore. You just kind of get what you get, and you gotta
What you get.
deal
And I
with
wish
it.
some characters were, I don't know. I think Peaches are pretty bad about like not sticking around. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint.
There
You can't like
there's
generalize it,
some
but also
there are some stereotypes for sure.
definitely some stereotypes.
I think Link players usually have really bad internet. If they just quit out before it even, yeah.
They're all streamers too. That's the thing I noticed. I don't know why. Most Links have their Twitch handle, and I'm like, oh cool. Like there's a lot of Link streamers out there. There's a random thing. Um, when I think about all the stuff you lab and try to hit on all these players, it's like I'm just wondering where all that knowledge comes from. You know, I like to think I know a lot about Melee that people don't, but I think it's like here's me and then here's you. Like I don't know, invisible ceiling. You got all this, and it's not just tech skill. It's like just straight up
Game
things I've
knowledge.
never thought. Yes, game knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I used to come from the era where like, remember when like Rainbow Cruise was a stage and all that kind of stuff
yes,
like that era? Like there used to be people where like game knowledge was like one of the big things
it was
that like
set winning.
carried that. Yeah,
Yeah, you had to
honestly.
know more
Uh,
about Melee to
I
win.
mean, you had to have a good grasp on your like tech skill. You had to
Hmm.
like, do the normal stuff, but also like some people just like see some people call it cheese, but I don't call it that
It's
because
literally knowing
right.
more. It's having a bigger
Yeah, it's just
brain.
it's knowing more than you. Yeah.
that's
So
that's
and
the
like
that's the positive way to think about it. You know, if someone's salty or they think negatively about the game too much, they're gonna call it out for being stupid. But
hmm
yeah, I
But yeah,
think
no, game knowledge used to go very far, and I just, I collected over the years. I'm always looking into
yeah,
stuff, learning new things, and trying to push it. I'm always trying to do something new. I mean,
hmm
as cool as stomp, nair, up air, down air, knee sounds like right off the rip. Oh, that's awesome. But like, nothing. It's been done before.
hmm
It's, I don't know.
yeah, and
I
it's
could, I
of
could, I could
course
appreciate a good
there's
combo, but the new stuff is always
yeah,
like,
and I agree with that. I think I want to push for new things all the time. And one thing I do like to think about though is that even if you're hitting something you've done maybe 3 times before or whatever, it's always different somehow. You know, maybe a different character you're against, a different spot you did it on the stage, you did different movement in between each hit. I don't know. I think there's definitely a flow and a look to how things connect that makes it like different each time. Which I think is interesting. At least if you're gonna do the same thing again, maybe spice it up, make it feel different.
yeah,
That's
no,
what I
I
try to do.
definitely, a lot of things that are like accredited to me that I've like done, and it's like kind of like something that I came up with. I definitely have a bunch of different examples because a lot of the stuff I do isn't crazy long drawn out like technical combos. A lot of them are just like kind of weird 2 3 hit
Yeah,
things
and it's
that
ideas no one's seen. You know,
right, yeah,
it's
like you think about like the wispy reverse get up attack back air. Like that's
yeah, that's
just a
the
nice
classic.
simple
Yeah.
2 hit thing, or like a
hmm
dash stack into a PC bear. Like, and you could do that on multiple characters and multiple. So I definitely have a bunch of examples of like those like simple like but like clean looking
Yeah,
things.
and in your videos too, you'll like sometimes I remember just because I watched it recently, but you'll cut them together. Like here's 4 times I hit the wispy thing or whatever, just to show it off. Be like, look at this.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's consistent. It works.
Oh
Um,
yeah, those files are always named like wispy get up
yeah,
attack
number
1,
3.
wispy get up attack 2, 3, 4.
uh,
Maybe after like watching it again, I'm like, oh, we'll cut this one, but this
yeah.
one's really good.
Um, I am just thinking about like your. Well, I guess I was wondering how your knowledge, how your game sense relates to. I'm wondering if it's a Carroll thing or if it's a Pittsburgh thing. Because I was talking kind of to my brother, and we feel kind of like Arizona. You know how Arizona has like, it's kind of like a melee scene. It's like a bigger scene. You feel the energy in Arizona melee. You know, they have all these
Yeah.
things. Do you think Pittsburgh is like that, or do you think it's kind of just like another scene? Or
No,
is there
it's
special stuff about it?
Pittsburgh definitely used to be very, you never looked at our scene and was like, like there were scenes that like had a bunch of really good players and a bunch of like grinders and people like you would be like, oh shit, I gotta play this guy in tournament. But Pittsburgh was always so fun. We had a bunch of
Yeah.
low tiers.
That's the
I mean,
vibes I feel too, you know.
yeah, shout out to, I mean, endless low tier. Voodoo Jin, Abate, The Lake, Green Ranger. I mean, you could just say
The
Borth
lake
is a
is
tier the way.
Zelda, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's,
Yeah.
he's the GOAT Zelda, and anyone who knows Zelda probably would still keep it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we had a bunch of kooky low tiers. We had a bunch of guys that were just like fun, you know. It was like years and years before we got our first like wobbling ice climber.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, we always had a really weird kind of play style and like camaraderie and like
Mhm.
reputation, and it just breeds, you know, what I mean, fun times, you
Yeah.
know.
It just spreads. That's all it does when you have something like
Yeah.
that. And I think this, like, I'm imagining these low tier matchups. I don't know how far everyone would get in bracket or whatever, but you have like, you'd probably
Oh,
have a
right.
lot of
I
like
mean,
DK Luigi and like just the weird, like,
I was
who's
just
gonna
about to say
experience
that,
that?
and
Yeah.
people don't understand how bad DK versus Luigi is. Luigi
For
kind
Luigi?
of runs. No, for
Oh,
DK,
oh
kind of
no.
runs that show. I remember Green Ranger just like, what am I supposed to do here? But yeah, we
Uh,
definitely. I've seen a lot of Zelda versus Luigi. Yeah, all
and
sorts of
it's
crazy.
I see a lot of complaining. I feel like nowadays about low tiers, mid tiers, and stuff. Maybe not
Right.
complaining, but it's like I feel like people should appreciate that more. You know, maybe it's slower because they're floaty or whatever, but
Right. I
there's a
mean,
lot
I
more
don't know.
there.
In the Slippy world, I understand that people are like, you know, they want to practice the things that they see most, which I don't know. Like, and when I play low tiers online, I definitely run into the people that you could tell that the only thing they're trying to do is be the better high tier character. Like, you'll get the Fox that like
Hmm.
it's just dash dancing and trying to up smash you because they feel like that's all they need to do.
Yeah,
And
and
when they get
sometimes
blown
it
up and
works.
they leave right after the game. Yeah, sometimes yeah,
Yeah, and
definitely
it
is
just feels
annoying.
bad. You're like, well, crap. But
Yeah, we need to stop quitting out on the low tiers. You should give the low
yeah.
tiers at least two for
And
sure.
I'm literally guilty of that. I try to do, maybe if it's like a matchup that's been bothering me recently or something, I'll be like, okay, best of three, and I'm out because I don't want to, you know, I want to be protecting my mentality, especially in unranked when it like a
Yeah,
bad day just it ruins so much for me. You know, I
I
want to
find myself doing the opposite more often. I
really
find myself like another Falco piece, Fox piece. You know, what I mean, I at
interesting.
least
Yeah,
yeah. It's just like you once you played one Fox, you played like all of them. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's not
and
true
that's
at
kind
all.
of a
Never mind.
testament to your scene. I feel like you're into the
Hmm.
wacky, different stuff, and
Just you know,
yeah.
possibility. You know, more that can
Hmm.
happen.
And that's
Yeah.
like inspiring to me too, because I think I'm too quick to say like, it's Samus, whatever, whatever about low tiers, mid tiers, but
I would love. What's your favorite weird character to play?
as
No, against.
against,
So you're Falcon, and you're like, ooh, okay, this is like a low tier or like a mid tier, but like, I really see. I feel that way with Yoshi. I
I
love like playing
think
against Yoshis because
I
like
like
you're
playing Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario
really,
Falcon is very fun, I think.
yeah, okay, I can see that.
The
I've been
weight
on
is interesting. You can down throw or up throw. Everything's a 50-50. Are they going to attack or jump? If they jump, then you do whatever you want afterwards. And there's Cape, which is just fun to mess with. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think Doc is
definitely
interesting. So
I like playing against Yoshis, like combos that like when you do a combo that like breaks double jump armor like
yeah,
really like early and then like they don't have a jump at like 30%.
I
That's like fun. I like playing ice climbers too. That's like a
I
really
love fighting ices.
yeah.
That's one thing that I think is not shared very much with
Yeah.
players, because I see an ices and unranked and I'm like, oh my god, I just do moves and it hits wherever they are because there's so many targets, and I try to
Yeah.
disrespect Nana as hard as possible just because it's
Oh
funny.
yeah. I really
I
something I
enjoy it.
used to do is like when Popo is like dying off the top and Nana's right next to me, because okay, let me flex some game knowledge here. Where like
Hmm.
the level that Nana's CPU is set to is based on Popo's percent.
I've
So
heard
like
this. Yeah, I don't
if
know it, but
Popo's at like 0 to like I don't know 15 or something, it's a level 1 computer Nana. But like the higher Popo's percentage is, the higher a CPU Nana is, and that's
hmm.
so I used to, like if I ever shined like really quickly at Popo and she's at so like that Popo probably died at like I don't know 15. So I got a level 1
So
Nana
you do
still on the
whatever you
stage.
want.
I used to do this thing where I would like taunt right next to Nana, and like a level 1 Nana would just jab. So I
Yeah.
like just mash taunt, and she would like keep like I would get like 4 taunts out while Nana's just
It's
jabbing
so
me.
mean. Oh my god.
Yeah, not like she's
Oh,
gonna like do any like random smash attack, but yeah, just things like that. It's just,
that's fun.
you
I
dabble
and
in the uniqueness of different characters and stuff. It's always been something super into. Still, I'm still looking for that.
yeah.
There's been multiple times where I've quit out, like something weird happened in a match. I'll clip it, I'll instantly quit out. Sorry, gotta go, GG's.
Yeah.
But then I'm just exploring that because I'm like, I need to
Oh, really? Like
know.
you'll literally leave
I
because
need,
you're like, what happened? I need
yeah,
to. What can I
because
do out of that?
maybe I'll forget. I don't know, and I'm just
Hmm.
like or like something will happen to be like, I have an awesome idea right now that I
Yeah.
need to
No,
get an Uncle Punch.
I do that too. Mostly for me, it's movement. I think definitely that's like literally my bio on YouTube is like Falcon Movement Specialist or something. But
Yeah,
I'll
Falcon
see
move
I'll
guy.
see a movement thing, and I don't think people will notice as much as I do, and I don't want to sound like cocky or anything about it, but maybe some people would have missed it, and I'm like, that was super weird. Can I do that consistently? Like, I know I'm not discovering new tech because so many people have in the past. There's definitely someone who's always done it before me, but I'm like, what are the options here? Even though, like, it'll just happen in a game, and I have to go figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, gotta go.
Yeah,
Gotta go
and
see what this was about.
I'm thinking between us, like, this is what it seems like. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like those things for me are movement centered, and for you, they're like interaction centered between characters, kind of.
No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
I'm not a big movement guy. I
yeah,
always make fun of Ganon mains because when Ganon mains post clips, it's always like 2 hits, 9 wavelands and
yeah.
moonwalks, and then they just finish it off stage, and I'm just like, that wasn't a clip. You wasted a bunch of time in the middle trying to be cool.
Multiple neutral interactions because they're
Yeah, yeah. Because it's
and
Ganon. You hit them
yeah,
literally at 30%. You hit them and they're too far away to combo. That happens. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I've seen too many Ganon clips that are like that. But yeah, I'm
Shout
not a
outs to Lizard
huge
Man.
movement guy. Love me Lizard Man. Lizard Man does not fit into that category.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think that's what you collect in your brain, though. I feel like interesting character interactions that no one else is going to pay attention to. But PGH Carroll's going to figure it out and make it happen
Yeah,
again.
love it. I don't know. Gotta show the way. Recently I remember I was, and I'm very sure I'm gonna say this. Allow me to flex again.
Mm, mm-hmm.
I'm very sure that I am the first person who discovered that like walking peach bomb thing. I remember the tournament that I like was at,
Walking,
that I did it for the first time, and I
walking peach
remember.
bomb. Oh,
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
platform, you leave it up there and it
Hmm.
goes back and forth. Right.
Hmm. And there's still more stuff that could be done with that. But I recently entered like this GG.
I saw.
Yeah.
They reviewed disrespectful clips,
Hmm.
and
And I got second, but the one that got first, I like took like a half victory because I know that I probably inspired that. I mean,
yeah, because they
it
said
gets so.
just to reference, if no one saw that, who's watching this, I think the Peach set the bomb up there, and it walked back and forth, and then they grabbed it again,
And they
right? And
umbrella
they
it
upbeat,
that
and
they won't
when
explode.
you're
Yeah.
upbeing, you can't see the bomb either, so it's
You
like
can't see the
hidden.
bomb
And
and
then
it
the
won't
Falco
explode.
attacked, and it exploded, and the Falco died, or
Hmm.
something. But yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but the funny part about this, it's been so long and so many years, that guy probably doesn't know that I'm the one who like did that. So he
Maybe,
probably
yeah,
he's
or
like,
yeah,
yeah. But the influence sucked. Like that's what it's always been about. I think one of the coolest like and like most like it made me like feel like the stuff that I was doing was like, you know, had a like there's a Peach player who is top 10 in the world right now. If you know, Polish.
Okay.
When he came to Pittsburgh, he played Falco. His tag was ambiguously Polish. He was just a goofy little kid.
Oh.
Uh, and he told me that he picked up Peach because he used to watch No Fox Actually over and over again. And I was like, man, that's so awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the influence, right? It
At
feels
the time, I
awesome
was like,
seeing.
oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. But then, like, you know, that set the spark that now this
Yeah,
Peach
it's
is like,
insane. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know,
One of the
I opened,
scariest peaches in the game.
yeah, I
Like,
just opened the door, you know what I mean, showed people like, hey, this character's like super cool. And he walked the door and found the whole Peach world, and now he is the Peach King, you
mm-hmm.
know?
One of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's that. I don't talk about that a lot, but like, you know, that's when people like talk about combo videos and getting inspired and like that's why we do it. We just
It
want to like
is.
open the door to show people like how cool the game is, and like a lot of people get like they're dedicated spacey mains. They don't think like this character's cool, or they like have these
Yeah.
perception characters, but like I think there's so many characters. I think Sheik is a really cool character. Just I mean among
Yeah.
a bunch of
And
Doc, but there's like so much cool stuff that could happen, and it's all about just like putting it out there and inspiring the
yeah, and
next
that's all it
player.
is. Just blowing people's minds, being like, I've never thought of that character this way before. What was that? Um, I really like watching reaction. Like, this is something I do. It's kind of funny though, but when people watch my content, my combo video, whatever, I want to go into their stream or whatever and look at their reactions to it. And I don't know. It's just, that's kind of why we do it, right? It's just like the excitement, the
Squid the
inspiration.
cat reacting to homemade waffles reacting
But I
to
don't put it out as content. Don't worry.
yeah. So
Even though we could do an infinite loop of views.
yeah, I've done that. I posted I think a clip. It was this combo contest that these Australian guys put on, and it was Armada reacting to a bunch of people like, and then I did it. I was like, I react to
Yeah.
Armada reacting to a bunch of Australian guys reacting to my combo, and I'm like, they're like, oh, that was crazy, and Armada's like, yes, that was pretty good, and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good.
Content is some crazy shit, man.
Content's wild.
I just want to make sure I put out fresh stuff. That's all.
Hmm.
Like,
Oh yeah.
um,
But yeah, let's talk the this is the maiden voyage of the now what is the official title of this is the
the
Monday no not the
the
Monday
morning
morning but
melee
like
podcast.
morning melee Monday
Yeah,
morning
yeah.
the
Speaking of
Gopher.
content, look at this. Yeah,
Yeah, it's everywhere, you can't hide from it, content is everywhere.
melee is too. Um, I think that's about gonna do it. We're almost up to an hour here.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks so much, Nick, PGH Carroll. It was so much fun. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truly an honor. You wanted to be on the show. You know, I wanted to start with you so I could kind of get a feel for the show, how it's gonna go. And you know, I've met you before. We hung out at Riptide, so that's all. I just wanted to start this off with a bang, with one of the best to do it.
With a safe guest.
That too.
You know, you should
That
get.
too.
Can I suggest a couple guests that you should reach out to? You should reach
That'd be
out
interesting.
to
Yeah. Who do you
yeah,
think?
Absent Page. You should talk to that guy. See what. And I was joking before, and you could call the jail in Pennsylvania. Maybe you could talk to J Man. Maybe Shiz. You know, I mean, you could be like, man, your Falco's so great, and it'll be like, you know, it's great, Jesus and the Bible.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, no, looking forward to other episodes of the podcast. I
Yeah.
think when I'm at work, I like working like a warehouse that does like I don't know. It's like kind of a day. I just like run a saw all day. I cut shit on a saw.
Yeah.
So obviously I have my like AirPods in.
You got stuff to listen to, yeah.
I don't need to listen to my surroundings or my machine at all. I'm just, yeah. So looking forward to having another podcast to listen to. I know you're gonna get some awesome guests, and I'm here for the
8 already planned. We're gonna go week by week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks once again to PGH Carroll, and we will see you all for the next one next Sunday at 11 a.m. I'll be announcing the guest soon, but yeah, we'll see you guys later. Farewell.
I think you're gonna like it. Yep.